everybody. It's great to be back in Christchurch. Great to see that you're back in business and leading the way with plenty of opportunity and possibilities. It must be an exciting time to be here with everything redeveloping. The new Christchurch is going to be very, very wonderful. I'm looking forward to it, and it ties in beautifully with today's presentation. PwC Herald Talks is Christchurch's largest networking event, and it's a series designed to introduce you to some of the current and upcoming topics and trends in business, along with the input and thoughts, advice, anecdotes from thought leaders in the field. Let's hear from the experts. Would you please welcome the CEO and founder of Adroit, Ulrich Freck.
Thank you, Simon. Thanks, Simon. Wow, Christchurch, awesome. Simply put, what we do is turn dumb devices into smart ones. The internet as we know it is changing. It's a massive global network that allows people to communicate with each other. With this new emerging technology, the Internet of Things solves real problems in all areas of industry. Think about mobility to social, the way that we live, business analytics, existing systems like software as a service in the cloud, semi-autonomous and fully autonomous industrial systems, but also, of course, artificial intelligence can be made even smarter by collecting data using IoT. In fact, we're calling this the new wave of manufacturing. This is called Manufacturing 4.0. By 2020, there will be 250,000 connected vehicles on the road. Wearable devices like the Apple Watch are growing year on year by 250%. So my advice to you as leaders is make sure you are aware of the new technologies that exist and how they may impact your business. Consider making an investment in developing these new technologies, and don't forget to add innovation to your culture. It's not about if you need to do it, but when you should start. So I'm going to leave you with a thought from my favorite futurist, Stuart Brand. Once a new technology starts rolling, if you're not a part of the steamroller, you are a part of the road.
In a business sense, I guess for us it's really about helping clients, try and find meaningful visualizations from it. So, a lot of what we do is kind of look at I call it the human experience rather than user experience, is how that actually applies to customers and clients or the business itself. So for us, it's kind of that, the UI, the journey the customer might take, visualizing it, and actually really importantly, how's that meaningful? So working with clients and businesses to kind of look at what Internet of Things they might be able to use or what they can put in place to get some, get some meaningful results out of it and how that might apply to their business objectives.
And globally, of course, for Microsoft, it's a huge business. IoT is already as one of our major cloud service offerings, generating us billions of dollars a year, and that's growing exponentially.
Our ability to reward behaviour in real time and make the world easier, make it more relevant to people. As at today, it's essentially a delayed mechanism, and so we typically congratulate you and reward you for something that happened, and it happened quite a while ago in some cases. Whereas being able to influence your behaviour, being able to present you with great offers, being able to reward you as and when you need it, but also to alert you to things that are happening around you now, so that you don't miss out on opportunities. I think those are the key opportunities.
Investment in that technology is kind of key, they say you're either a part of the road or you're part of the steamroller. So you want to be a part of the steamroller. You want to be picking the company up. I reckon 5 years' time we'll have a lot of shops already connected and stuff. I think Foodstuffs Group are working on a new supermarket idea, which is going to have a lot of IoT stuff in there. What that looks like yet, we don't know. But Amazon proved that it can be done. It can be done at a low cost. They're rolling out another 6 supermarkets within the next 6 months. So let's hope a New Zealand company picks it up and runs with it.
whilst I would probably suggest that we are a little bit behind the rest of the world, I'd also suggest that that's a real advantage, because as everyone else bloodies their nose on this new technology and their new thinking, we've got they're creating a good blueprint for us, but at the same time, we do suffer from the fact that we hear all the great news stories from the rest of the world, and everybody's doing these amazing things. The truth is, the reason that we hear about all these stories is because they're the exception at this point in time, and that by and large, it is still very new. I mean, the rate of adoption on IoT is actually much slower than most people had predicted. And so whilst it's coming and it's going to reach this tipping point and all of a sudden we'll not know a world without it, at the moment it is still very much, we're testing, we're proving.
So I go to the supermarket and use my loyalty, and it sees that I buy these energy drinks. I go home and my smart house tells me that I don't go to bed till 1 o'clock in the morning. And I also, it knows my political views because of the websites that I visit and the postings that I look at on Facebook. Suddenly my insurance premiums go up because also my smart meter on my Fitbit tell it that my blood sugars are out of control, that I'm wearing myself into the ground, and also the media are ensuring that I only see specific TV items in order to control my political views because they don't want me outreaching. I'm interested in your perspectives.
You chose those. You chose those websites. You chose that media.
What an awesome question to start things off.
Algorithms.
But look, I'm a big believer in sunlight will cure the world, and what I mean by that is transparency. And I think we do live in a world with a huge amount of transparency, both in terms of what we know about you, but also in terms of what you know about us and what we do with your data. And I think that most of the organisations, if not all in fact, are very conscious of adding value and making life better for their customers and their future customers. Simply because they know the ramifications of not doing that. The backlash that'll come, and that has come from people doing things either intentionally or not, from using the data in the wrong way, or not even securing and managing it in an appropriate way. So, as I say, I think, by and large, everybody's trying to make the world a better place.
A lot of these innovations, they seem to be sort of making things better for the user, but taking out a lot of the human factor that businesses can offer. So we had the likes of the Amazon supermarket just up there before, and I know that Amazon rolling out the ability to purchase vehicles online. Do you think that's a realistic impression of what the future of car sales is like?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is realistic, but we had this sort of conversation a bit earlier. There's the hype and then the reality. And so don't believe the hype, right? Things will play out somewhat differently than technology leaders tell us they will, but I think they'll play out nonetheless.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you put your hands together for our panel, please? Ulrich, Sam, Russell, Hamish and Fran.